What is up, Leo? Welcome back to another Four Paths Healing Tarot message. We're going to start with some oracle messages. This is the Sacred Oracle, Sacred Symbol Oracle. I'm going to start with that in just a moment. And then we're going to get some tarot cards out here to refine the message and help us clarify where we need to, okay? But welcome to the space, Leo. Hey, how you doing? Okay. God, angel, spirit guides for Leo, please. Messages of wellness, healthy messages. Ooh. For their awareness, for their understanding, for their growth, for their expansion, for their prosperity, for their abundance. God, angel, spirit guides for Leo, please. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Been trying to keep these messages less than 20 minutes, and hopefully I can be successful this time around. Haven't been successful because there's been some interesting stuff coming out. Okay? All right. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides for Leo. Let's start with some sacred symbol oracle for you, Leo. Messages that spirit wants you to know. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For Leo, please. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For Leo. Okay, we have one out here so far. What else? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. All right, good fortune. I know that is right. Beneath the deck, psychic. You have some gifting out here. This feels like right now, you either know what to do to bring in your good fortune, your prosperity, your abundance. I'm also hearing and feeling that you may be going through an interesting time, but you know that you have the return of fortune, prosperity on the horizon. It's like you have your own awareness about that. You're tapped in and plugged into your own psychic ability about that right now, okay? I'm also, Leo, talking to someone here who has a spiritual gifting, okay? And it's through this gifting, this ability to have sight, to hear, to feel, Leo, there's someone here that it's time to realize, yep, encourage beneath that card. There's power beneath that card, and then there's protection as well. So this feels like there's someone here who has this gifting, and it's time to activate this gift. And that is what helps to usher in the return of good fortune, prosperity, money, healing, health, is that someone has the ability to see, hear, help, guide, spiritual healer, spiritual guidance, Leo. That's for someone in the space. But this good fortune is really important because I love when I see that, Leo. That means that you are tapped into the right energy, vibration to continue to bring in what it is that you deserve, which is good luck, good fortune. We're going to see what it is that you're coming out of, the recent past, and then we'll get a couple of cards out here for what you're working through now, and then we'll see what messages God, angel, spirit guides have for you, Leo, moving on, moving forward? Any other messages that you need to know? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides for Leo, please. All right, what are you working through in your recent past? Okay, got a King of Pentacles out here. This feels like probably having a mentor, having someone around you that was willing or is willing to help you see your potential financially. Maybe there's someone that you know, maybe a book you've read, a podcast, something that inspired you to continue to realize that success, fortune, and abundance and legacy is something that is your birthright and that you can have it. Maybe someone who is an earth sign. Feels like Virgo. And then also we have out here this wish fulfillment. This feels like being able to look at all that you've created in your life and saying, you know what? I'm pretty good at this here. Like I've done well. I've done all that I need to do in the world, in the earth plane. You know, maybe I've gotten the degrees, maybe have trusted self to, you know, have everything that you want and went after it, and then you've been able to obtain it. I think of these cups as trophies in the back, right? These are the things that you can show for your success and hard work. I'm also getting vibes that Leo, you or maybe someone around you, but this feels like back to you, you have done so well in growing things and staying the course in a career, a hobby, until things began to grow, until you now had, you know, you're in your recent past, you've initiated opportunities to teach other people about how to attract wealth, how to be prosperous. Maybe this is something that you're thinking about doing in your recent past, but this feels like gratitude and acceptance of who you are. And then also beneath the deck, this is beautiful, the King of Cups. So this feels like emotional discipline, using your power, your money in a wonderful way, but also recognizing that you have the tools, you have the resources, you have the skill. And so what's next? That's in the recent past. Beautiful energy, Leo. Thank you for being a wise steward over your gifts, over your ability to heal, to guide. Wonderful energy. Let's see what you're working through now, Leo. God, angel, spirit guides for Leo. What are they working through now? And then we'll get a couple of cards for any advice that is needed for you, Leo. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Okay. Being very mindful about your spending, being intentional about your investments right now. But it kind of feels like there might be a little bit of fear. Okay, you got some 4 energy out here. Okay, we're going to work through this. God, angel, spirit guides, help me describe this. Beneath the deck is the Death card, which is 4. You have the 4 of Pentacles. You have the 4 of Cups. You have the Devil out here. That's 6 energy, healing, balance, the need to evaluate, to rebalance. And then you have more Capricorn. I don't know if there's a Capricorn near you or somewhere in your chart, because it's 2 Capricorn. We have some water out here with Scorpio. We have Cancer. And we also have more Capricorn. Okay, I don't know if this is someone around you or not. Very interesting though. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guide. So let me just start with the 4. All of this 4 energy feels like you probably are thinking about investing money or putting money somewhere, investing in a new business. Maybe there's literally some stock options. And you're not feeling confident about moving in this direction. This feels like fear, okay? When it comes to some maybe opportunity being presented to you. And again, this feels like a fortune reading for you, Leo, but it feels like there's a little bit of uncertainty right now that you're working through. Maybe someone presented you with an option: buy a home, sell a home, buy a car, sell a car, put money in maybe an IRA or some type of account. And something about this doesn't feel right, or is not sitting right with you. And thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Um, what's coming up right now is that you have this ability to see, to feel, to hear, Leo. You have gifting, you have spiritual gifting with the psychic being out here. And so this really feels like it's okay to trust what you're feeling, to slow down if you need to, right? And it's okay when you know, if the option, idea, the thing that's coming to you or presenting itself to you does not feel right, it's okay to examine that and trust that. Beneath this psychic card is courage. And this feels like the courage to trust yourself, the courage to, in your recent past, you've done well with money, with resources, with um, the choices that you've taken. And so if there's something, Leo, right now that's making you pause and slow down, um, I based off of what you've been doing, and I've been doing your readings, you know, for the past 7 months, you're really good about growing and expanding. I get a lot of fortune readings for you, Leo, like good fortune. Continue to pay attention to that, to trust that. You have a really keen awareness about healthy investment, healthy choices. I mean, you're led by the sun. You don't mind allowing yourself to, you know, manage passion over ego. You're really, really good about that. So keep that in mind. If there's someone who's telling you to invest somewhere, do something, and it feels a little bit too risky, I would say examine that the way that you do. Prosperity and fortune is an energy that loves to be held and loved on. You know, money is kind of a diva. What I'm trying to say is that this is going to be a very weird analogy, but what's coming to me, I feel like money is kind of feminine in its in its vibration. And if you think about women, women usually like to be handled with care, gentle. You know, you don't want to take a risk with your mom, your sister, your girlfriend. You know, you women are, the energetic vibration of women is to be mindful. So if there's something making you feel, Leo, that you have to take a risk with money, a risk with your skill, the question becomes, is that an energetic match? Is risk an energetic match for growing money or growing potential risk money? That's something that might be important to think about. God, angel, spirit guides, what else do you want Leo to know moving forward? Advice. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Thank you for tuning in and kicking it with me. We're almost done. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides, for Leo. What do you want them to know ahead, moving on, moving forward? Okay. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Okay. It flipped over, but I think the devil's out here again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that, Leo, I rarely say, you know, be careful of this person, or in 7 days. That's just not how I hear and feel. It's more of like a feeling, it's more like vibration, and like, hey, you know, you keep going down this road, this can be the outcome, you know, quantum reality type thing, right? This path leads here, this choice can lead here. But with the cards that are coming out here, this feels like, do not make any choices with your resources and your money blindly. I'm just going to say it. I think that's a universal thing that always works. And it's really important right now. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. because the devil came out again in the current energy and for the advice too. There's something to really pay attention to in the Seven of Swords. Now, I could be, Leo, channeling for you, um, your doubt, fear that you're kind of working through about this. I could just be purely just channeling that because there are a couple of you who are here in the space. But when I first saw these cards popping over, and then, the legacy, the fortune, tower, Queen of Wands, this really feels like it's okay to be cautious. It's okay to trust yourself. The thing about the Eight of Swords that I love is that this is a reminder that when we feel blocked in by debt, or we're locked into something, maybe some type of financial investment, we don't feel like we can get out of it, there's one foot hovering over that water. And Leo, because you got psychic ability out here, so I'm probably talking to a reader, talking to somebody who got some gift. This water means intuition, divine spiritual counseling, to be able to hear. And so if you feel like you're blocked in, you have the ability to feel through this. Okay, you're never blocked in. There's nothing that can control you. You are not bound to anything, but there's this feeling here of being bound to something, trapped. These are trapped cards. Okay, now it could be fearful about making an investment to move on, and kind of being trapped by fear, a generational idea about building money and maybe not wanting to try something new and it's scary. Take it how it resonates. You got to work that out. But this really feels like Queen of Wands here too, in the Tower, to be mindful and to be careful. So I'll read to you what these signs are too. Since we have a Seven of Swords out here, I want you to be mindful in case any of these energies are around. Maybe you can be more observant and mindful. So we have some Capricorn out here. We have Gemini out here. Queen of Wands, for me, this is Aries, but for some people it resonates as any fire sign. But for me, the Queen is a cardinal. This is a cardinal. So this is Aries. This is Virgo out here, and then Scorpio with the Tower. So if that helps at all, but this definitely feels like courage to trust yourself. You have to rely on your ability to hear, to see, to watch for synchronicities with psychic out here. And good fortune is the operative basis of this. This is an important part of this reading is fortune. This is all about fortune, building legacy, but not feeling pressured or forced to do something that intuitively, with that foot in the water, even though you can't see the future, but you can feel, pay attention to that. It's going to guide you. Spirit wants you to know that there is a deep caution somewhere around, whether it is you projecting a lot of fear, which sometimes has an impact on how things, the outcome, even if there's no threat around. If we fear that there's a threat around, we can then project that into the currency, into money and things like that. So either way it goes, there's something to be examined here, Leo, and you have the power to do that. My love cup, Leo, that is all that I have for you this evening. Happy Sunday, wherever you are in the world. I love you. And I hope I can see you next week in another 4 Paths Healing Tarot message. Take care. Bye.